Picture this. You're in a room of 100 people. Each person has £10 in their pocket. You have a choice. These are the rules. You can either steal £10 from the next person, or you can give your £10 away. Now let's imagine everyone chooses to steal. Person 1 robs person 2. Person 2 robs person 3. Person 3 robs person 4, so on and so on and so on. And obviously it doesn't have to be in that particular order. And it goes all the way round until everyone has robbed everyone. Now in the end, everyone still has £10. They're not allowed to rob more than £10. It has to be the same amount. And the numbers then balance. But the air in the room is toxic, isn't it? Everyone feels cheated. No one trusts each other. It's bitter, it's aggressive because you've been robbed. Now imagine everyone chooses to give instead. Person 1 gives £10 to person 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, etc. And as I said, it doesn't have to be in that exact order. But again, once all of those £10 have been traded, everyone ends up with £10 still. But this time, the energy is different. There's gratitude, warmth, miles, because people walk away feeling connected and uplifted. Same outcome on paper, £10 for £10, but two completely different societies build in that room. And this is a metaphor for reality. You get robbed, you go and rob someone else to get your money back, essentially, and then they rob someone else, and they rob someone else, and they rob someone else, and then we have a society that's based on stealing and disgust and degeneracy versus a society that helps each other. You give and help someone else when they're in a bad situation, and they do the same, and they do the same. That's the real lesson here. On the surface, taking and giving both leave you with the same £10, but underneath, they create completely different worlds. That stealing society, doesn't it? It breeds suspicion, bitterness, retaliation. You rob me, I rob someone else. It becomes that cycle of mistrust, and eventually it destroys the community itself. The giving society, on the other hand, it creates gratitude, trust, cooperation. You give to me, I feel uplifted and pass this on. The cycle builds connection, strength and resilience. And the same can happen with words as well, but that's probably something for a different time. But even if you say good things to each other and bad things, again, that cycle can pass on around the room. But this isn't just about money, it's about the culture side, isn't it? And the culture is what makes or breaks society. Think of it like breathing. If you only take in air, but you never release it, you suffocate. The inhale depends on the exhale. Giving and receiving are part of the same rhythm. Try this for a second. Breathe out as hard as you can first, all the way out, and you'll notice that you can actually breathe in more than you would have done just breathing in. Sometimes you have to give to receive. Or maybe think of this way. A river, when the water flows, life flourishes around it. But if it's blocked, if it's hoarded, it becomes stagnant and poisonous. That's what giving does. It keeps the current moving. And when the current moves, everyone benefits. Even neuroscience backs this up. Studies show that when we give, whether it's money, time or kindness, our brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the chemicals tied to happiness and bonding. That's why generosity feels good. On the other hand, constant taking fuels distress hormones like cortisol. That's why selfishness feels hollow. It might give a temporary win, but it corrodes your well-being in the long term. So the £10 thought experiment isn't just a philosophy, it's actually biology as well. We're literally wired to thrive in a giving culture. In relationships, giving love and support first builds trust and connection. Taking first builds resentment, doesn't it? Imagine someone who you met for the first time took something from you. It wouldn't work. In business, companies that give value first through service, education or creativity win customer loyalty. Those who only take initially get short-term gains but long-term distrust. In society, policies and communities that foster giving, volunteering, mentorship, contribution, create healthier, safer environments than those built on exploitation. It's the same £10 either way, but the ripple effects couldn't be more different. So the next time you're in a real world room, whether it's at work, with friends or in your community, ask yourself, am I adding to the cycle of stealing or the cycle of giving? Because in the end, the Vancrux £10 thought experiment reminds us of a timeless truth. If everyone steals, nobody wins. And if everyone gives, everybody thrives. And that choice starts with you.